It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 13th day of November, 2023, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia area. And it's a very seasonal day here today. Down to 31 last night. It's only getting up to like 50 today. A little nippy, but not bad. All right, we got a bunch of stories this morning. First of all, we got a newcomer already in the chat room. Jen Hill, welcome. Long time for first time chatter. Well, thank you very much. Glad you're with us. There'll be a bunch of other people along here shortly, I'm sure. All right, folks, we got a whole bunch of stories this morning. None of them massive, but a bunch of them. Yeah, there's Mike. Hi, Mike. The top story today, 1,000 earthquakes in 24 hours. Breakaway totally screws their customers. Viking sues insurance company. Unwelcome guests on the Pacific encounter. The Grand Princess was delayed. A 19-year-old female crew was medevaced. MSC orders 2 more ships. Margaritaville at sea to offer longer cruises. I've been projecting something like that. Not as long as I'm projecting, but they're getting there. Over 5,000 attend Tarrus Raleigh concert. Am I supposed to know who that is? I'm not sure I know Tarrus Riley. I mean, I live in a cave, so I mean, it's real possible that I've just missed out on that one, but it was a big deal over in Nassau. And lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Yeah, everybody's filling up now. Hotter's with us. Melissa's with us out in Arizona. Joanne's with us. Joanne, you're on time this morning. Wow, that's awesome. I haven't given you a hard time for that for a long time. If you're listening, now before I get to that, today is National Indian Pudding Day. Not my favorite. I mean, I like most puddings. You know, I love banana pudding. I like chocolate pudding. I'll even eat tapioca. I'm not real, to me, Indian pudding, that's like molasses and mush. Ooh. Anyway, not my favorite. If you guys like it, go find some today and have some to celebrate Indian Pudding Day. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from, all the big guys. Doesn't matter if it's Podchaser or Pandora or Stitcher or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News. And up pops the fat travel guy. Anytime you're listening via the podcast and want to jump over to the video feed to take a look at pictures or clips or interviews that we might be using on that day's show, there's always a link in the description of the podcast. So you can do just that. Okay, we got several things to mention this morning. Heard from Elizabeth on location. She was in Barcelona. Actually, she did an appearance in Barcelona for Chillie's Cruises at the Mercado Barcelona. And of course, you guys have been to mercados all over the world. And Barcelona's, I've been there a couple times, is a nice one with plenty of all sorts of veggies and things. I didn't want that enough yet. And of course, with all that veggie stuff, Elizabeth, who is vegan, goes out and eats some Indian food. So good for her. Let's see here. This is ECC Travels. That's a Belgian waffle in Brussels. She was pretty thrilled to actually have a real honest to God Belgian waffle in Belgium. Bubba and Lynn, they were at Moria Beach, actually, in Tahiti. They're on the Volendam for, 100 days or something. It's a long cruise. Started in, where did it start? In San Diego? No, Vancouver. They flew into Vancouver, got on it there. They've been to Hawaii. Now they're in Tahiti. You know where they're going to end up. So, and this is our friend Kim out in Oregon. Kim was on a cruise on the Harmony of the Seas with a bunch of her girlfriends. So they had a nice dinner one night on Harmony. That was a lobster dinner, by the way. And they didn't invite me, so I'm highly offended. So that's a few things I had this morning. Those of you that know Pittsburgh Jason, you know that I'm supposed to be on a cruise with Pittsburgh Jason this week. It's the one I had to cancel because of my stupid toe. By the way, the toe is doing a lot better, folks. I still have not put anything on it as far as a shoe goes. We're going to try that today after the show and see if I can stand having a shoe on. That's the only thing that I have not been able to do yet, but it's feeling so much better now. Thank you. But the problem, I'm going to have to retrain Pittsburgh Jason because he's not posting on Facebook any pictures, which I can steal and use. He's posting everything in video clips, and I can only use video clips if they're posted to Messenger. I can get stuff out of Messenger. I can't get stuff out of any videos out of Facebook. So we're going to have to retrain Pittsburgh Jason. Either he needs to post pictures on Facebook that I can steal, or put the clips that he's posting on Facebook on Messenger. He did show a clip of a tender that he was going to get me on. That was down in Grand Cayman. And then I think they were at the, went to one of the beaches, went to 7 Mile Beach in Grand Cayman. I believe that was the day he spent at the beach. Of course, they're going to Panama, a couple stops in Panama, Central America, into the Southern Caribbean. It's a really nice cruise on Carnival Conquest. So I'm sorry I'm not with him. Still bothering me that I had to cancel one. I just don't like to cancel cruises, guys, ever. All right, the top news story this morning. Why did my picture go out? It came back. Wow, that was strange. I don't know if that blanked out for you guys, but my entire screen went totally black for a couple seconds there. All right, the top story this morning comes from Iceland. Seismic activity has eased in southwest Iceland, but a volcanic eruption is still expected, scientists say. Although more than 500 earthquakes have hit Reykjanes Peninsula since midnight, that's today, folks, since midnight, they've been much weaker than in the past 2 days. Iceland's world-famous Blue Lagoon geothermal pool closed as 1,000 earthquakes hit in a 24-hour period from Friday to Saturday. Experts stress a 9-mile river of magma running under the peninsula is still active, threatening the now evacuated town of Grindavik. Most tremors have taken place under it, and hundreds of people have fled. Cracks have emerged on town roads as substance takes its toll on the area. Grindavik is about 9 miles south of Keflavik International Airport, but flights are still arriving and departing as normal. Travelers fear a possible repeat of the disruption caused in April 2010 when the Icelandic volcano Jökull erupted. The resulting ash cloud brought chaos to the European air industry for a whole week, with more than 50,000 flights canceled. So far, however, no similar air pollution has occurred. And I'll be back with the Norwegian Breakaway story after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. All right, guys, this story came with the assistance of Sue and Barry Shearer. You remember Sue has been on a couple times talking about casino programs on numerous cruise lines. She and Barry are big time casino guys. This happened on the Norwegian Breakaway on this week's cruise. On the current sailing, weather caused a cancellation of 2 ports of call. After a 2-hour and 40-minute wait for guest services, Barry and Sue were told by NCL will not refund the taxes or port fees from the 2 ports that were missed during the cruise. To make matters worse, they canceled 2 shore excursions due to the weather and refused to give money back unless you stood in line and specifically requested it. Now, I saw that happen on the Norwegian Joy, only it was for the port taxes and fees. They would only, we missed a call on the Norwegian Joy because of weather. They did not automatically refund the fees. I went to guest services and asked about it and was told, oh, all you have to do is come down here and ask for it, and we deposit to your account. I said, well, I'm asking for it. And sure enough, another day from that, the money popped back in your account. But they did not give it back automatically. That's chicken, you know what? Chicken feces, Norwegian. And now you're doing that on excursions and not giving taxes and port fees back? What the heck is up with that? I'm sorry, Norwegian. You know, I love you guys. I've got, I don't know, 8 Norwegian cruises booked on into the future, and you're screwing your customers like that? That sucks. That's what it does. That sucks. I'll say it. Anyway, thanks for Barry and Sue for letting me know that one. Needless to say, they're upset as all get out because of that. I can't. MSC. I was just on MSC. We had to cancel out of 2 ports of call while we were on that cruise. The next morning, the money was in my account. I looked at my account and I'm thinking, where'd that money come from? Oh, yeah, that's taxes and port charges for the 2 ports we lost. I mean, it was automatic. Most real, honest cruise lines do it that way, Norwegian. Take a hint. Man, that kind of crap aggravates me about cruise lines when they do stuff like that. I mean, we're out here fighting, trying to build the industry back. And you do something that stupid? Come on, Norwegian. Didn't mean to rant. Yes, I did. Okay, the next story today has to do with Viking. A recent court filing shows that Viking Cruises is suing Arch Insurance Group after the insurance company failed to reimburse millions of dollars to the cruise line. The reimbursement was for the travel insurance premiums paid by passengers who could not make their trips due to the pandemic and then the unrest in Ukraine. Despite Viking Cruises reimbursing the travel protection premiums, Arch Insurance Group has not paid them back, leading to significant unpaid funds. According to Viking, Arch Insurance payables go back to 2020 and 2021 when the pandemic began. It was forced to cancel numerous cruises at the time because of the health crisis. All of us know about that. In compliance with the law and as a sign of good faith to its passengers, Viking quickly refunded premiums to guests who had purchased travel insurance before departure. The Swiss-based cruise company did the same thing when the unrest in Ukraine caused dozens of cancellations there. However, instead of issuing reimbursements, Viking was left to hang out to dry, making the cruise line shoulder more than $3 million in travel protection premiums. By refusing to refund Viking the unearned travel protection premiums, Arch has indirectly profited from Viking's decision to prioritize guest satisfaction by immediately issuing compensation to guests in the early stages of both the pandemic and the Ukraine situation. I'm sorry, Viking. I mean, you got screwed. That's what we have to deal with every day, dealing with the travel insurance people. I have a prime example on my cruise with Carnival. I had coverall cancellation. Okay. I had to cancel. Now, coverall cancellation is supposed to be 75%. All right. So I knew I was going to lose 25%. Okay. I can deal with that. I filed all the paperwork. I filed including the bills that I was given on board the MSC Meraviglia. And they come back and say, well, you have to have a signed doctor's statement. I said, I answered back, did you not read all the intending notes? I cannot get a signed doctor's statement. The doctor is on the ship. I'm not on the ship. I was on the ship 2 weeks ago. My claim on this cancellation is because I can't drive. I was supposed to drive from Virginia to Miami. I can't drive. And I don't know if I'm going to get the money or not. I'm still fighting it. I sent them another nasty gram this weekend. I can't do what you ask. They don't let you have contact with doctors on board ship. You're in the cruise industry. You should know that. Aggravating. Anyway. Okay. I'm sorry, Viking. But yeah, we have to deal with the same thing with these people. All right. Yeah, that's a lousy picture. Boy. If you have a squeezy stomach, folks, turn your television off. And your computer off. Or your phone off. Guests aboard the Pacific Encounter, a P&O Australia cruise ship, encountered an unusual and unsettling situation during their recent cruise to Melbourne from Brisbane for the Melbourne Cup. The ship was plagued by an infestation of soldier beetles, causing discomfort and concern among the passengers. During the week-long cruise, which included a stop for one of Australia's most famous and prestigious horse racing events, passengers were surprised to find swarms of soldier beetles in various areas of the ship. The insects were seen congregating in crevices, on furniture, and even on drinking glasses. Gag! On the Pacific Encounter. Ugh. I did not use the picture of the things. Beetles. Because they look like cockroaches to me. I don't know. I think they need to disinfect the boat from stem to stern. Maybe clean it. Maybe that's the problem. All right, the Grand Princess. Now we know that the Grand Princess is, that's a Princess cruise line. They're normally in pretty good shape. Guests booked on the November 11th departure of Princess Cruises Grand Princess from Melbourne have been notified that the ship will be undergoing comprehensive disinfection due to not bugs, gastrointestinal illness, which is delaying embarkation. While the cruise departed on Saturday, that departure was delayed by several hours to ensure the ship was thoroughly cleaned and ready to welcome guests aboard while minimizing any risk of additional infections. During the prior 14-day cruise, that's, the one before from Melbourne to Queensland, some passengers exhibited symptoms of respiratory and gastrointestinal illnesses. Although most guests were unaffected, Princess said it had initiated a proactive and comprehensive disinfection program developed and coordinated with international health authorities to prevent further spread. The recent occurrence of simultaneous outbreaks of COVID and norovirus on Grand Princess has been officially declared over following the docking in Adelaide with passengers disembarking this morning. Actually, this morning, folks, earlier today. The passengers got off, the health authorities came on, they did all the appropriate testing this morning and said, it's over, done. The total number of cases at the end of the cruise for both coronavirus and norovirus was in the single digits. Number of cases, not percentage, number of cases. Like 6 out of 4,000 or whatever it is. Okay. We had a medical evac Medical evac was conducted by an Italian Coast Guard helicopter for a female crew member on the MS Virtuoso, navigating off Sardinia's inland southernmost point, Capo Spartavento, east of Catania, Sicily. The necessity for evacuation arose due to the significant distance from the coast and the prolonged duration required to transport the 19-year-old crew to a hospital. She had been exhibiting symptoms indicative of potential meningitis case for several hours. Wow, that's one you don't hear about anymore. Meningitis. I hope that's wrong. No word yet on the condition of the young lady, or if she was hospitalized, or if that's what it was. And, you know, none of those things. They don't release those kind of things. They're just going to leave us hanging. All right, MSC Cruises has confirmed another order for 2 more LNG-powered ships from Chantier d'Atlantique shipyards. The 2 ships currently referred to as World Class Number 3 and World Class Number 4 are scheduled for delivery in 2026 and 2027. There is also an option for a 5th ship. Man, MSC is going to try to take over the cruise industry. And the final story this morning, folks, Margarita at Sea is set to offer 3-night weekend cruises starting in 2024. According to an update shared by the company, the new itineraries were created after guest feedback in August. In addition to a visit to Freeport on the Grand Bahamas Island, the longer cruises introduce a full day at sea. The extra time on board allows guests to fully explore Margarita at Sea experience, which includes deck parties, brunch with live music, and themed nights. Passengers will also be able to enjoy extended hours at the Margaritaville Casino, as well as tasting a brand new complimentary menu at Finn's main dining room. Sailing on board the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, the 3-night cruises depart from Palm Beach every Friday starting August the 9th. You know, I have said several times on my show that they're missing a good opportunity here with the relationship to Margaritaville at Sea resorts. Why not load up the ship in West Palm, take a 2 or a 3-night cruise to Freeport, whatever you want to do, unload some people in Freeport, go on with the ship to one of the resort islands and unload some people that are staying there for 4, 5, 6, 7 days, whatever it is, and go back to Freeport and pick up more. You know, they got 2 ships now. Get the other one set to do the same thing, and then you could take people on short cruises and resort stays as well and do combination packages. Man, I think that would be good. I think that would be easy to sell, number one. I think that's where they need to head. All right, the last Chantier. I said that wrong. I see Dennis. Catania. Yeah, I tried to do that too fast. Sorry about that. All right, the last story this morning, folks, and man, I need some help on this one. And I'm sure some of you guys will know because I didn't. Over 5,000 people attended the Tarrus Riley concert at the amphitheater at Nassau Cruiseport. The reggae singers concert was the first held at the Newport Amphitheater, marking a major milestone for the country's only plug-and-play outdoor venue. The sold-out concert was a part of the 30th anniversary celebration of radio station 100 Jams. Other artists performing include Black Soul Band and the Bahamian artists Julian Believe and Hahim. Nassau Cruiseport CEO Mike Mara Jr. said, "This event was so much more than a concert. It was a musical experience of the highest quality." Congratulations to our friends at Nassau. And but I did not know this star. And I mean, I like reggae music. I still did not know him. So, if any of you know this person and can pounce on me and say, "Ah, you're damn fool! It's Tarrus Riley. He's big in Barbados." I mean, I have no idea who he is. So feel free to tell me what a fool I am. I got no problem with that. Except for Hot Air Tom. I draw the line at Hot Air Tom calling me a fool. Yeah, not really. All right, that actually ends the news portion of today's show, folks. Let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room. Holy cow, I've gone a half hour before I get to the chat room today. It's a pretty full show today. I mentioned that Jen Hill was with us. Hi, Jen. Mike's with us. Joanne, Melissa, Hot Air Tom. Jen Hill says, "Good morning to Hot Air Tom." How about that, Hot Air? Joanne said, "A break in the action at work." Sorry you're back to working, Joanne. That sucks when you just get back from a cruise that you have to work. I mean, I understand that. There's Dennis. Dennis was helping me with, I knew he'd correct me on a couple of things. I have a tendency, Dennis, no matter how much I practice, when I'm actually delivering a story, I try to do it too fast. I try to make myself sound good when I need to slow it down and follow your rules that you give me. So, Jen is are you the Jen that I think I know? I know who Jen is. Of course I do. Give him a kiss for me. Now I know. I never knew your last name, Jen. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, tell him, Jen, to if he's going to use a clip, put it on Messenger so I can steal it. If he's doing it Facebook, put pictures up. Or you put pictures up and I'll steal them. I don't care. I'll steal them from either one of you. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I figured out who Jen was. Yeah, you would be a big fan of Jason. He's crazy. Yes, he is. Absolutely. Did you file a medical claim for the cancel? Yeah, of course I did. I did everything that was required with the exception of a signed thing from the attendant physician, which I can't do. I explained what happened in detail. I explained when both doctors saw me. I had the bills from both doctors. Their names were on it. From the ship. And that I cannot provide them with that. This is the third time now that information has gone to the Carnival insurance people. which is called, it's right here, AON. Aon. That's who does all the carnival stuff. So that's who the claim went to. And then they are giving me this runaround crap. So, yeah, but I did file the information. Did you see an article over the weekend regarding Vista class azopods? Yeah, that was a sum total of what's been going on for 3 years with the azopods. Turned out there is a known defect affecting all the similar models in the Vista class, which also affects a couple of Costa ships. Yeah, Chillie, pause the video and take a screenshot. Pause. What? I'm lost. My live broadcast, I can't pause it and take a screenshot on a live broadcast. I'm not sure what you want me to take a screenshot of, Dennis. Maybe I'm totally missed out on something there. A panorama was to get the fix next year during a scheduled dry dock. It didn't make it, obviously. Yeah. Tom, the affected azopods are all from the same maker. Kenneth's with us. Good morning, Kenneth. Yes, and same model. Oh, so there was new information in that. I did not read the entire thing, Hot Air Tom. Thank you for bringing it to us. You're here, Chillie. That's on your end. All good here. Okay. That Icelandic village is right above magma, above the magma. Yes, it is. And it's really, I mean, there's not a whole lot of space there to the airport either. So if this thing really blows, it well could cause a massive problem again in Iceland. And who knows about Blue Lagoon if it'll ever get open again. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki, down in Jacksonville. The Blue Lagoon shower sheriffs will have some time off. Yeah, they will. Robert's with us. Hi, Robert. Joanne says Norwegian is ridiculous. Class action lawsuit against Norwegian must be filed. I got a feeling that has to happen, especially since they're expanding their screwing. You know, it was one thing like on Joy to make us come down there and ask for it. Now, even if you go ask for it, they're not giving it. And making you ask for canceled excursions you paid for. I'm sorry, but that's these aren't. We're not talking about excursions that are, canceled not from Norwegian. We're talking about Norwegian excursions. They're not giving the money back. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Chicken caca. Yeah, that's better than what I was thinking. Sounds like a lazy Shorex manager. I've never had canceled Shorex not get refunded automatically. No, Hot Air. I'm telling you, the same thing happened on Joy. And then it's been expanded on Breakaway and they're told as a company policy. Were there others on the NCL cruise you were on that didn't get the port fees returned? Oh, yeah, nobody got them returned unless they went down and asked them. And then everybody that went to ask for them got them back. And do I know of people that didn't get them back and didn't ask? No. because everybody that was in our group, I mean, we made sure everybody knew to go ask for them, and what was that, 26? I think we had 26 solo cabins on that one. Everybody went down and asked for the money. It wasn't like it was that much money. It was $41 or something. I don't even remember now. I have to go back and look at my records. It wasn't that much. Maybe you reach out to find who didn't get a refund, get a litigation attorney to file a class action suit. You'll collect a huge fee just for organizing it if there's a settlement. Huh. Well, I'll look into that. Meraviglia. Meraviglia. You got it. I try. Emily's with us. Hello, everybody. Don't stop, Chillie. Their first response is to always say no. That's how they get 90% of claims. Yeah. It just, I hate when you pay good money out in a timely fashion, and then when you need it, you get crap. I hate insurance industry almost as much as I hate politicians, and that's way out there. Imagine a ship infested with our stink bugs. Oh, this was worse, hot air Tom. Oh yeah, I don't like the stink bugs either. But I mean, these were way too close to cockroaches to me. Dennis says, doing well, Emily. Wishing the best for you. M is late again, elbow cough. All is well here, Emily says. Never use drinking glasses in your room. The housekeepers clean them with the same that they use to wipe the toilet. Ooh, gross. I usually bring a glass from one of the bars. I mean, when I come back to my room, it's usually got something in it. But yeah. Now, this last cruise, I'd have to get cans of Diet Coke to take back at night. And I'd get a cocktail and a couple cans of Diet Coke. So I'd come back to my room with a cocktail. And I'd have a couple cans in my bag that would last me, through the night, through taking meds, and into the next day. So that was what I generally did on the Meraviglia. And usually the crew are affected. Catania. 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 I see what I did wrong. Catania. Chantier. Why do I try to put the extra syllable in there? Chantier. Chantier. Nia. Catania. Catania. I got that. Got Catania now. No worries, Chillie. I have no idea who he is either. Alias Blaine Riley. I got you. You're still pronouncing the words better than 90% of the other cruise bloggers. Aon is global. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean that they're good at service. I have no idea who that reggae star is. You're not the only one. Well, I'm glad that you guys don't know, because I'm thinking, holy hell, have I been in a cave and this is somebody I'm not supposed to know? I mean, Amanda gives me that all the time with, some pop singer. I don't listen to the latest in music generally. So, Amanda's constantly giving me that kind of line. Oh, you should know who that is. Yeah, well, no, I don't. But anyway, we have fun with that one usually. But yeah, I thought, oh my God, is somebody I should know? The strategy to get rid of claims is always deny the claims. Only 10% will make a second request. Huge scam with all the insurance. Steve's with us. Hi, Steve. You're late, Steve. That's okay. We love you, Steve. Katie's here. Katie, you're late too. Katie's working. I know that. Em wants to know, are you packed? Katie says, not yet. Katie's kind of like me. It take an hour before you leave the house and pack. That's closer for me than it is for some of you guys. How do your shoes fit? Good so far. Very good. Okay, so we're talking about shoes now. Catania. The music is what I heard in the clubs. Yeah, well, some of the music in the clubs on ships, particularly, is right up my alley. But some of the music on the ships, I have no idea who the groups are, unless I've run into them, encountered them on other ships. So that's why I probably like the piano bars. Well, and also like the blues club on the Norwegian ship that have I like the music. I like the music for the piano bars because that's more in my style of of music than many of the pop artists are. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. So I've got quite a bit of personal responsibility here to take care of today as far as things I need to do as we're rolling into Thanksgiving weekend. I believe Amanda is planning on grocery shopping today. So she'll have to come and get my credit card because I'm not doing it. So, but I have several things to do, and one is trying to get a shoe on and walk a little with shoes other than barefooted. I'm doing fine barefooted, but I can't very well go out barefooted in the middle of the winter. That's not going to work too well. So anyway, that's what's coming up later on today for me. So that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. I will be back same time, same channel tomorrow morning with more silliness. And like I say, I am really glad. I am just terrifically glad to have figured out our new guest in the chat room today. I assume most of you guys figured out by now who Jen was. If you haven't, that would be Pittsburgh Jason's fiance. So, in case you didn't figure that one out. And I was slow to figure it out too, folks. I really was. I did not know Jen's last name. And if you recall, we did a whole bunch of things that Pittsburgh Jason did in Europe where she was given a tremendous history lecture on what they were seeing in Europe that I found just fascinating, because she could sit there and talk literally for hours about all that stuff in Europe, which was really cool. But yeah, I'm glad I figured out that was Jen's in the house. I mean, she's part of the family. I just didn't realize who she was at first. All right, guys. Again, that's going to wrap me up for today. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll be back tomorrow morning. And as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fabulous day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.